Awesome. Hello, everybody. Tuesday again. Today we have a Pilates class. So we'll change from yoga. We'll be starting in about 2 minutes. So take your time to get to your mats. All you need is a mat and a water. You might need it for Pilates. And then just have fun with it. So welcome. We'll get a moment before everybody comes and join us. We can just sit down for a moment and take a few nice cleansing breaths. If you are rushing to get to your mat today, just take a moment to relax. Hopefully sounds good. There's going to be no music today, so just me talking. And I'll get started in about 1 minute. So if you are here and you're listening to me, I just wanted to just stress out here that in Pilates, all you really want to concentrate on keeping your core on. We'll build it up at the beginning of a class, so you want to concentrate mostly on that. If it's a first time to Pilates, just have fun with it. Don't stress over being able to do things or not. Just do your best. Don't give up. Pilates is one of those things that you build up on. It doesn't happen right away. And just don't get discouraged. Have fun. Okay, so I think we'll get started. Whoever's joining us later, you can just jump in wherever you come in. And then we're going to start in the center of your mat. You're going to slowly roll yourself down onto your backs. And you're going to keep your knees bent, so feet are on the floor. You don't want to have them wider than your hips, so just have them aligned. Toes are facing forward, so don't have them turn out. And you want to have this nice, easy feel in your lower back. I want you to start, though, tilting your pelvis. So we need to find first a neutral pelvis for Pilates. So I want you to maybe place your fingers on your hip bones in front of your hips. And then a few times tilt, push the tailbone into the floor, arch into your lower backs, and then go the other way, placing the lower back, push the lower back into the floor. So you want to find a place in between these two extremes. So you don't want to be completely arching, but you also don't want to be flattening your lower backs into the floor. If you flatten that, it means that you're going to really almost disengage the lower back muscles, which we try to make them stronger by engaging them as well as the core. So finding that perfect in-between spot where you feel that your hip bones and your pubis bone are nicely aligned. So if you make it like a triangle with your second finger and thumb, and then place it right on top of your pelvis, it should feel level. Okay? If you create a lot, like I have a lot of lower back curve when I do that, I'm just going to simply lift my ribs and push them back towards the back wall or behind me. So I kind of lift and scoot without changing the pelvis here. Might feel uncomfortable for some of you if you have a really big pelvic tilt in general. So this is something that you really want to work on even when you're not doing Pilates, just to kind of change that pelvic tilt. Okay, so now we stay in this neutral as much as I call it a neutral. So you want to stay in this neutral as long as for most of the exercises, unless I'll tell you otherwise. So keeping that, we're going to try to now engage all our core muscles. And they start at the bottom. So they start with your pelvic floor muscles, and they go all the way up into your sternum. Okay, so it's a lot of muscles that we need to engage. So we'll start at the bottom. So on your inhale, take that deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to pull in the pelvic floor muscles. So pull everything in, suction it inside your belly as much as you can. And if you really do it hard enough, take a breath in and release. Exhale, go again. So go with your breath, but try to go as hard as you can. So pull, pull, pull. You will feel your lower belly engaging as well. Keep going, keep breathing naturally, and just every exhale, you just turn those muscles on and see how far you can take it. You will feel that lower belly engaging. On your next exhale, see if you can pull it so much that you will start engaging your belly button. So your belly button pushes down towards the spine, but we don't change anything in the spine. The spine stays in that neutral, slightly arched, but the belly button comes down towards that spine, and you're almost trying to lift the spine up. Again, it's a very little movement, so just really think about it more than you probably feel making doing it. And also another thing we will add on now with every exhale, you're gonna add a rib cage to it. So inhale, and as you exhale from the pelvic floor muscle, pull that belly button. Now try to make the top of the ribs come down towards that belly button as well. So they're kind of coming down together and down without you changing anything in your spine. Inhale, exhale, release, go again. Ribs are tucking in towards that belly button. Think of the belly button as a black hole, and everything's coming towards that center. It's all sucking it in. On your next exhale, we're gonna add that sternum. So that's a little bit funky to grab the concept, but you just push gently that sternum down towards the spine, and spine lifting up towards that sternum. One more time, practice that. It should be workout on its own, feeling all those muscles engaging. And the last thing we will do, we will place the hands next to our hips, take an inhale, and an exhale, pulling from the pelvic floor muscles, belly button, ribs, sternum. Now the shoulder blades reach down and away. So push them down and away from your ears, reaching your fingertips forward. They stay on the floor, just reaching forward towards the heels. Inhale, release all that. Exhale, bring it one more time. Pull everything together. So these are your core muscle engaged. Now we're going to stay here. Everything's engaged. You're pulling everything and you start to breathe. So you will notice that you have to breathe into your ribs because your belly is tight. So inhale, small inhales, and exhale into the ribs, feeling them moving sideways here. When you're pulling the belly, think of it as if you're standing and you're pulling yourself into that black dress that's a little too small. You will all suck it in and you breathe. Right? You should be able to breathe. So keep that belly tight. Keep that breathing into your ribs and bring those legs up. Again, your lower back should not be touching the floor. It's engaged slightly with the core here. We're gonna flex our feet here. So knees stay bent. And now we're gonna inhale, tap the right heel down towards the floor, and exhale, lift it back up. Don't change anything. Switch the legs. Left heel taps, and then lifts. Keep the core tight. Everything's engaged. Hands are reaching forward, away from your ears. Go again, tap and lift. So it's an inhale, tap, exhale, lift. Inhale, tap, exhale, lift. We go 4, and lift, and switch, and lift. 3, lift, switch, lift. 2, keep the core tight. Don't let the belly button go. If you do, just start all over. Tap and lift, tap and lift. Bring those knees towards your chest, taking a moment to release that core. But you know what it feels like. So I want you to, every time you start a new exercise, bring it back on as much as you can. If you need a break, take it. Now we're gonna stretch the legs out. If you need a bend in your knees, feel free to keep doing that. If your hamstrings are too tight and this feels so uncomfortable. Exhale, build that pillar from those pelvic floor muscles. Ribs are knitting down, reaching your hands towards the bottom of your mat. Flexing the feet again, stretching through the back of our legs. We're gonna open the right leg to the side. Open on an inhale. Exhale, bring it back in. And switch the legs. Open and close. So don't keep on going, opening and closing. I don't want you to go far away from the center, just so you're maybe slightly wider than your mat. But I want you to really make sure that you're not wobbling those legs side to side and going with them. The core is engaged, and the only thing that is moving is your leg from the actual joint. Let's go 4 more. 4 and close. Open and close. This is an inhale and exhale. Inhale out, exhale, and you have 2 more. Open and close. Open. Close. Last one. Open. Close. Open. Close. Knees towards your chest. Taking a moment. You can rock side to side if you feel your lower back being a little too tight from working. And again, take a break anytime you need to or feel like you need to. Okay? There's no need to be doing everything that I do today. Try your best. So, keeping your feet on the floor, finding a neutral pelvis. So as you see for me, I need to push the tailbone into the floor, move my ribs back, and find a nice neutral pelvis. And on next exhale, we're gonna pull everything together, all those muscles, everything comes towards that belly button. Now we're gonna inhale, open, bring the arms up and over towards the floor. Make sure you don't let the ribs pop. Sometimes we do this in order to accommodate that. So don't let that happen. Bring those ribs back in, even if your hands are not touching the floor. Now we're gonna inhale, bring the arms up and over, and exhale, we're gonna lift our upper body off the floor, look at our belly button. This is called a C-scoop in Pilates. We're trying to lift the shoulder blades off the floor and look down at our belly button. There should be about a fist between your chin and your chest. We're gonna stay here for a moment. We're gonna bring the hands behind our heads. Elbows stuck in, and then you push the head into your hands. I want you to get used to the idea of not lifting by pushing your chin forward and your neck forward, but by lifting using your core. So as you allow your head to rest against your hands, see if you can lift higher, but not by pulling the head, by lifting through your core. We're gonna stay here. We're gonna bring the knee in towards our chest. On an inhale and exhale, lower down. Keep holding. And then the left, in and out. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Keep holding that. And then height if you can. Get those shoulder blades off the floor. If this is too much, take a moment. And lift. 2 more times on each side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. In and out. In and out. Lift a little bit higher on an inhale. Reach the hands forward. And as you exhale, squatting sideways all the way back. All right, so now we know what a C-scoop is. A lot of exercises happen in a C-scoop. So you try to lift from your ribs, shoulders off the floor, tuck the chin in. If you need to support your head throughout the exercises, feel free to use those hands behind your head at any point. All right, so we're gonna go into what we call a 100 in Pilates. So we practice a little bit of movements, and you wanna be mindful of every movement that you make, that it's done with a mindfulness behind it. So we're gonna keep those knees bent. You can keep those knees bent and feet on the floor for the easiest way to do the 100. Want a little bit more challenge, you're gonna bring the legs into that tabletop. And if you want to challenge yourself more, legs can go straight out or turn them toes out, keep the heels touching and lower them on an ankle. So you choose wherever you want your legs to be. You exhale, build that pillar. Core is on at any point here. We're going to bring the arms up and over towards the back of the wall. And then inhale, exhale, lift the upper body into that C-scoop. Palms are down towards the floor. Shoulders roll down and away from your ears. You pull in the belly button, breathe into your ribs. We're gonna pump our hands 100 times. Really, really strong arms. We go inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale 2 more times. Inhale and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knees come in, lower the head down. Rocking side to side if you need to, taking a moment. Lovely. And then feet come back to the floor, and we're gonna stretch them out nice and long here. We're gonna bring the arms up and over, and we get a little bit of stretch here before we turn the muscles back on. So Let's finish the stretch. Now we're gonna squeeze our legs together. We're gonna exhale, build that pillar. So from the pelvic floor muscles, ribs, belly button, everything's down and turned on here. We're gonna inhale, arms come up and over towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, you slowly start rolling up to seated. Sitting nice and tall here. Flex your feet, and as you exhale, pull in the belly button, reach your spine towards the back. Head comes between your arms, you're reaching forward. Sit up nice and tall, point your toes, and roll yourself back down. If you find yourself having trouble lifting and you need to use your elbows or your momentum, I want you to not go to the floor. So we go 5 more of these. So inhale, and exhale, roll up nice and slow. Sit up nice and tall, flex your feet, exhale. Arch your spine, sit up tall, point. So again, for those people who have to use your elbows or momentum to lift, don't go to the floor, stay here. And as you exhale, so only go as far as you feel like you can safely come back up and finish the move. You guys have 3 more of those, so go at your own pace. The slower you go, the more challenging it will be. You're really challenging your core muscles to do the work here. Sit nice and tall, straighten the spine, flex those feet, arch. It's getting warm over here, I'm not sure how are you feeling over there, but anytime you need a break, remember, you just take it. You grab your water and come back to us whenever you're ready. 1 more for me. So you can do definitely less than 6 that you do like. You can always take it a little bit easier, or if you need more challenge and you know how to do that, feel free to do that as well. And then when we finish, this is the last one, you stay on the floor, keeping your hands above your head. You're gonna relax them there, and then bend the knees and bring the legs up towards the ceiling. If this is too much and you want to have a little bit more support for your lower back, then you can bring your hands under your glutes. But again, we're trying to test first how much we can do, and if this is not working, then you want to scale it down and do whatever you can. Okay, this one is one of the hardest one to do. If you need your knees bent, feel free to do that. So on this exercise, I want you to think more about lifting the legs and the tailbone off the floor as much as you can, then lowering the legs to the floor. So we will be creating a box with our feet or legs. So we're gonna open the legs, no wider than your mat, flexing the feet, lowering the legs down towards the floor, horizontally, down, arch into our lower backs. Bring them back together, point, and now we'll lift them together. Now we try to either get a tailbone off, a little bit of a pump, or we can lift and hold. Open, flex, lower down. Again, don't go too far to the floor. Point and lift. Get above your head, above your body as far as you can. Open, flex, lower down. If you can bring the legs all the way up. Ooh. Open, flex, and then you slowly lower them down. So you have 3 options. 1 more, 2 more of these, either pop or lift and hold or go all the way back. Whatever works better for you. Last one. So we're doing everything in 6s. Beautiful. If you need a break, bring those knees in. If you're okay, you can just wait here for a moment. And then we're gonna reverse this move. So legs stay together. We're gonna lower them down towards the floor together. Let's see. Open, flex, and then you lift. Tailbone off the floor, bring them back together, and then slowly lower down. This is our 2. And 3. And 4. And the last one. And slowly down. Oh, that was 5. One more, sorry, one more, 6. You said 6. Knees towards your chest. Take a moment. And we'll do one more, and if you need a break for water, like I do, take the moment here, okay? All right. So we're gonna bring the knees towards our chest. Pull them in. This is the first time that your lower back can be touching the floor, because we're gonna bring the knees as close as we can towards our chest. On your next exhale, you're gonna engage all your core muscles, so pull everything in. And as you exhale, you're gonna lift the forehead towards your knees, so you're really trying to get into as small as ball that you can. All right. From here, we're gonna reach the hands towards our ankles, but again, don't forget that you can always bring one hand behind your head if you need to support it. From here, we're gonna keep the upper body still, move the legs and arms, open them away from each other. Exhale, bring them back in. This is number 2. And bring them in. And 3. And in. And 4. And in. 5. Keep the upper body still as high as you can. And the last one. And in. Knees towards your chest. That comes down. Rock side to side. I'm going to grab a water, because I do need it, and I think I need a fan here too. All right. Once you're ready to continue, we continue with our feet on the floor. We will find our neutral pelvis. And as you exhale, I want you to build those muscles. So pull everything together. I call it a pillar. So it's a pillar of your strength. So it's a core muscle. When I say build your pillar, I mean that core. Okay, so engage everything. We're gonna inhale, exhale, lift the upper body into that lovely C-scoop. You can bring those hands behind your head if needed. Bring the right knee up, left knee comes up. We're in a tabletop. We're gonna stretch the left leg away from us. Keep the right leg in. On your inhale, you're gonna bring the knee in closer. And exhale, switch and inhale, the other leg comes closer. Sorry. So it's an exhale and you bring the knee in. And exhale, bring the other knee in. And exhale. Hands can also reach out, or you can be grabbing your shins. So whatever works better for you. Keep the upper body still, only moving the legs. We go 4 more. We go 4 and switch. 3, switch. 2, switch. Last one. Switch. Knees in. Head comes down. Beautiful. All right. Next one, we're gonna grab behind our thighs and rock ourselves up to seated. Perfect. If you know you have issues with your tailbone or any part of your spine and you don't want to be rocking back, I want you to just sit here, lean back, pulling the belly button and feet off the floor, just hold it here. The rest of us, if you're okay with rolling back, you're gonna grab underneath your thighs, keep your heels in towards your bum. You're gonna round the upper body, and you're gonna lower ourselves to the ground, and exhale, lift yourself back up. Using the core, don't straighten the backs, keep yourself rounded. So it's an inhale, and exhale, roll back up. Shh. Inhale back, exhale, roll back up. Shh. 3 more times. In. Shh. And 2. Don't use momentum, that's too easy. Just lower the back and then come up using the core. Beautiful, that was our last one. We're gonna all sit here with our feet on the floor, knees are touching, feet are touching. I angle myself. So from here, I want you to straighten your back. Shoulders, roll them down and away from your ears. Holding onto your thighs, we're gonna lower ourselves towards the floor. So angling our straight body. Keeping the chest forward, ribs are knitting. So just stick the sternum forward without changing your core, so don't let the bottom ribs pull open here. Keeping the toes only on the floor. You can either keep holding onto your thighs. More challenge is reaching hands forward. We're gonna straighten the right leg and then tap. And then left and tap. And right, tap, left. Now let's do both feet. Lift and tap. And lift and tap. Let's go again. Right, tap, left. This time 2 times both feet. Lift and lower. And let's hold it up here. This is a V-sit. Beautiful. Hold for 5, 4, 3. I'm shaking 2, 2, 1. Knees in. Slowly roll to the floor. Beautiful. Knees towards the chest. If your lower back is feeling that one, you can rock it side to side. Beautiful. We'll do next one when we will place the feet back on the floor to find a neutral pelvis. So finding your neutral pelvis, pulling everything together. So from the pelvic floor muscles to your ribs, your sternum, everything is engaged. Bring the legs up again into a tabletop. Don't change anything in your lower backs here. Exhale, upper body lifts into that C-scoop. And again, you have the option of having the hands behind your head supporting you and see if you can lift higher without pushing on your neck. Or you can reach the hands forward, stretching the right leg towards the ceiling, left leg towards the front wall. You can also climb a little bit higher to get holding onto your calves. Shoulders are relaxed. We're gonna exhale, bring that straight leg towards us. Inhale, switch, and exhale. Yeah, so it's scissors-like movement. It's a double exhale. But your belly button's not moving. Your core is so on that it doesn't allow your belly to move with your breath. It all comes from your ribs. We go 4 more. We go 4 and switch. And 3, switch, 2, switch, last one, and switch. Both knees in, head comes down, feet on the floor. Or keep your knees towards your chest and rocking side to side. All right, we're gonna do one more for our core here, and that's going to be working our obliques. So from your ribs to your hips, on your sides are your obliques. So I want you to really, this is one of those very mindful movements, because if you don't engage the muscles properly, then you will not be working them as much as you could. Okay, so we're gonna bring the legs back into a tabletop. Hands are to a T, your palms up towards the ceiling. We want to engage the core no matter what, so pull everything together towards the belly button. So we're gonna bring those knees, also let them fall to the left, as far as you're comfortable without lifting the shoulders off the floor. And I want you to bring them back in on an exhale, but again, you want to engage, you want to start the movement in your ribs. So I don't want your hips to bringing them back, because then you find it's easy. I want you to try to engage as much, or to breathe and talk and do it at the same time. So your ribs are pushing down first towards the floor. So your ribs need to hit the floor before your hips come down. And then you go to the right side. Let them fall. And then initiate it from your ribs. So much harder to say that. So keep on going from side to side. And your ribs are touching first before my hips. So don't let the movement be driven by your hips, but try to rotate your torso on the floor before your hips. Okay, let's go do it 3 more times on each side. Take your time. Think about that movement. You can make it easy by using the hips, or you can challenge yourself by trying to twist back. It's like your shoulder or the underneath your shoulder blade is trying to come back first. Okay, whatever mental image it should be really hard. It shouldn't be easy. If you find it too easy, think about what you're doing. Maybe you are allowing the hips to help the movement. This should be the last one on each side. And once you finish that, bring those knees towards your chest. Beautiful. Our next movement will be on leg circles. So for that one, we're going to keep the left knee, either you can have it bent or you can straighten the leg out and flex your toes, whatever feels better for you, for your lower backs. And then pull the right knee towards your chest. Do a little bit of a stretch here. Stretch the leg out towards the ceiling. Pull that leg in, point, flex, circle your foot. And then we're gonna release that leg. Hands are either next to your hips or you can place them on top of your hips. And that way you will feel the movement. If there is any movement side to side in your hips, I want you to stop it by pulling the core more. So everything is stabilized by your core. So pull everything together as hard as you can. Point your toes on your right foot. Left foot, if it's straight out, it's toes flexed. We'll do half circles today, so like half a moon. We're gonna inhale, half a circle out, and then straight line up. So inhale, down, 2, quick lift up. 2, down, 2, lift. Make sure your hips are not moving. Pull the belly button. 2, lift. 4, down, 2, lift. 5, down, 2, lift. Last one, 6, down, 2, lift. Let's reverse. So it's a straight line, down, quick lift. 2, down, 2, lift. 3, down, 2, lift. 4, down, 2, lift. 5, down, 2, lift. Last, down, 2, lift. Knee towards your chest. Beautiful. We're gonna switch the legs. So again, option of having the right knee bent or stretch the leg out, flex the toes, point the toes on your left foot, and then stretch the leg out towards the ceiling. Point, flex more, turn, circle one way, circle the other, and then releasing the leg. So right leg is straight, so is the left. If you need slight bending your knees, of course, keep doing that. All right, so starting the half circles down. So inhale, down, 2, straight line up. 2, down, 2, lift. 3, down, 2, lift. 4, down, 2, lift. Pull in the belly. 5, down, 2, lift. Last, down, 2, lift. Let's reverse. Straight line down. Lift. 2, down, 2, lift. 3, down, 2, lift. 4, down, 2, lift. 5, down, 2, lift. Last, down, 2, lift. Knee towards your chest. Bring the other knee in as well. Beautiful. We're going to do one more exercise here for our lower abdominal. So we'll bring the legs up towards the ceiling. You're going to flex the feet. If you need your knees bent, feel free to do that as well. All right, I want your hands to come up and over. Again, rest them above your head so you don't feel like you need to use them to help your lower belly. So from here, we're going to make footprints on the ceiling. So what we're trying to do is just simply lift the tailbone off the floor using the lower belly. So you simply are a little pop and pop and pop. So try to go straight up, not swing the legs above you. Simply go up and up and up and up. We go 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Whew. Knees in. Should feel in your lower belly. All right, let's go one more for our legs. So bring the legs back up towards the ceiling. Hands are next to your hips. You keep everything tight. We're gonna open the legs, flex the feet, Back together and point. Simple movement. Open, flex, together, point. Let's go a little faster. Open, flex, together, point. Open, flex, together, point. 4, 3, flex together, point. 2, flex together, point. Last, flex together, point. Keep those legs up, turn the toes up. You're going to be quickly crisscrossing the ankles. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Keep those legs as straight as you can. Ti-ti-ta-ta, ti-ti-ta-ta. Let's keep on crossing and lowering down towards the floor and come back up. Keep crossing. Lower and lift. One more time. Ti-ti-ta-ta, ti-ti. Lift it up. Beautiful. Knees in. Woo. And feet to the floor. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna rock ourselves up to seated. Almost there. We have to do side leg series, which is the last part of it. But before we do that, one more core. There's always one more core with me. And of course, we have to do a plank. So that's done. We're gonna practice for what we call a teaser in Pilates, which is quite a hard move to do. So we're gonna start by practicing first. So feet are together, knees are together. And if it's too difficult, you can always slide those heels away from your hips. So that makes it a bit easier, okay? We're gonna reach the hands forward. And you're gonna stretch the right leg out. I want your knees to stay together. Sometimes we have a tendency, as you lift and lower, to lift and lower the leg with us. But don't do that, try not to, okay? So glue your knees together and your inner thighs. Now we're gonna roll down. You can go either all the way to the floor or let's start halfway down and then you're gonna roll back up and straighten the back. Okay, so let's go 5 more of those. So we can either go all the way down and all the way up. Straighten the back. Or you can go halfway down and come back up. You have 3 more. Go all the way. Keep those ribs in. Make sure that you don't pop your ribs. Ooh, this is fun. 2 more. Keep those knees together. Make sure you exhale as you're lifting. 1 more. You can do this. 1 more. You need a break. That's always option. Switch the legs. All right. So when you come on up from when you roll down, you're rolling. You're rounding. But when you come up, I want you to try to straighten those legs. That's where your core really has to work. Okay, so let's switch the legs. Right leg, left leg is straight. 6 times. Roll down or halfway down and come back up. Keeping those knees glued together. Make sure your leg is not going up and down. It has to stay the same. That's the challenge. We have 5 more. Straighten those bags on the top. And 3. 2 more, I think. Straighten those backs. I am shaking, which is a good sign that I'm working hard here. I hope you're feeling it too. Beautiful. And let's release that. Ooh. All right, I might grab a water. If you need a water, do the same. Otherwise, get ready for some plank. You can do plank, high plank or low plank or plank against the wall. Whatever works for you. All right, so let's get into it. We're gonna just simply hold it today for about a minute. So get ready. Stepping your feet, making sure your elbows and your shoulders are aligned. You're gonna actively push your forearms into the floor or your palms, depending if you're high or low. Squeeze your glutes, reach your heels back. And we're starting a minute now. Go. Keep on breathing. You can always challenge yourselves here if you like by lifting the leg. If you want to lift the right leg up, hold. And then lower. Lift the left leg if you like, but you don't have to. It's always optional. And then switch the legs again. Right leg. Halfway there. And left leg. Keep holding. And let's just hold here. Push the palms into the floor. Squeeze your glutes. You guys have 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and more. Whew. Staying on your belly. If you're on the wall, I want you to come down onto your mats and be on your belly. Because we can work our lower backs here a little bit, strengthening through them. Last breath. Whew. Keep those feet slightly apart. Push your pelvis into the floor, squeeze your glutes. We're gonna lift the upper body up and then stretch the hands out. You can also lift the legs. You can choose which one you do, upper or lower body. And we're gonna squeeze the glutes and start swimming here. Inhale on 4. On 4. Inhale on 4. And exhale. Keep squeezing the glutes. Try to lift as high as you can with the upper body, using those muscles. 4 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And last one. Inhale. And exhale. Take a moment to catch your breath. I sure have to. And then push yourself up and over into a child's pose, stretching through your lower backs. We're almost there. 10 more minutes or so. So we do quick side leg series. Whew. Hopefully next time you do Pilates, you'll move a little bit faster because you will know what I ask of you when I ask for a pillar or neutral pelvis, so we can move a little bit faster. All right, so let's get onto our sides. So you want to lie down at the back end of your mat. Make yourself, align yourself with the back of your mat, and then bring your feet to the front corner of your mat. So you have an angle to your body. Make sure your hips are stacked, like there's a pin going through, like a good turkey sandwich with the pin down. So don't let your hips go back or forward. Okay, we're gonna pull in the belly. Hand is in front of us. We're gonna top leg, lift the top leg, flex the foot. Don't go higher than your hips. We're gonna kick it forward twice and then push it back. Upper body still. So only go as far as your hip allows you to, okay? Just push it forward and then squeeze the glute to push it back. 2 more times. And the last one. We're gonna start bicycle. So bring the leg forward, bend the knee, and push the leg back. Again, go slow. Think of all the movements you're making. Squeeze the glutes as you push the leg back. That's its job, to turn on as you move the leg back. 2 more times. And then when your back is your leg, you're gonna stay there, you're gonna reverse. So we're gonna kick our bum, bring the knee forward, stretch the leg, circle it back. This is our 2, and 3, and 4. Try to not move your upper body at all. Pull in the belly button. And last one. Beautiful. Keeping the legs on top of each other. We're going to turn the top leg out so your toes are up towards the ceiling. You're going to lift, flex, lower, point. 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. Lovely. Don't let the leg come down. Turn the hips back forward so your toes are facing the front. Point your toes, lift the leg higher, circle it here. We go 8, big circles, 7, 6, 5, 4. You should start feeling it in your glutes here. 3, maybe, 2, and reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Make sure you're not moving your whole body. 3, 2. The last one. Keep the leg up. Flex the foot. The bottom leg's gonna lift up towards the top leg. Lift it up using the inner thighs here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. Bring the top leg forward and then tap it all. The whole foot taps the floor and lifts back up. 2, and then make sure your toes and your heel taps and lift. 4, and 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Lift, bring it back, and go again. Tap the whole foot behind you. Tap, lift, tap. Whole foot touches the floor. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Keep it back there. Bend your knee and push it back like you're trying to kick someone behind you, but don't let the hips move. Just push it back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee forward. Bring both knees forward in front of you. Heels are up. Your knees and your belly should be about straight line here. Your belly button. Heels are in the air, close to your bum. I want you to lean your chest forward, and then you're gonna open through your knee. Don't let the hips go back and close. Just the knee opens up and down. By leaning forward, you're preventing your hips to be able to go back. Lean more forward as your body. This is our 3 and 2. Last one. Lift it, keep it open and pulse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the bottom leg, stretch the top leg in front of you. Should be 90 degrees, your belly button with your body. And let's tap the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lift it. Let's circle it here. 8, small circle. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. The other direction. 8, 7. I hope you're feeling it in here. 4, 3, 2. Now last lifting it 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, all right, one side down. Before we go quickly to the other, I want you to turn onto your backs. We're gonna do some glute work here. So have your hips wide, your toes are slightly out. We're gonna squeeze our glutes so these are bent. Push into the heels and lift up and down. And 2, don't lift the toes, so just push down to your heels. Go up, squeeze those glutes, and up, and up, and up. We go 4 more, squeeze. 4, 3, 2, and keep it up here, hold it here, pulse it up. 10, 9, small pulses through the hips. There's no arching in your lower backs here. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up here, open the knee, close it back. Open and 5. 5 now, and 4, I want to do 8, 3, 2, you should feel it, and the last one. Slowly lower down, beautiful. Knees towards your chest, stretch through your glutes a little, and then quickly turn to the other side so we have time to work the other leg. So again, nice long line at the end of your mat. Bring the feet forward. Pull in the belly, hand in front of your top leg lifts, not higher than your hips. Kick it twice forward, point your toes, squeeze the leg back. 2, and squeeze. 3, and 4, and 5. Now we're gonna do the bicycle. So start forward, kick your bum, push the leg back, squeeze the glute and bring it forward. 2, and 3, Get mindful movements. Think about the movements you're doing. Don't just randomly move your leg. Now let's reverse. Kick your bum, knee forward stretch. And 2. And 3. And 4. And the last one. Perfect. Like stay on top of it, turn the toes out. Lift, flex, lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one. Perfect. Turn the toes back forward, point your toes, lift the leg higher, big circles. 8, pull in the belly, 7, 6, just move the leg, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, the other direction, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and the last one. Keep the leg up, flex the foot bottom, lift to the top. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Top leg brings forward. We're gonna tap the floor, lift. 2, don't go too far in front of your other foot. 3, so it's almost like your heel and the toes are touching in the front. Maybe 6, 7, and 8. Lift it, bring it behind you. Same thing, close to the back heel. Tap the foot and lift. 2, don't go too far. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lift it up, bend the knee. Make sure your hips are not moving. Kick it back. 10, 9. Use the glutes. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're almost there. Bring those knees together, forward. Heels are up and in the air, close to your bum. Chest and belly button forward. Open it through your knee. Open, close. Don't make sure your hips are not going back. And 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep it open and pulse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower leg comes down. Stretch the top in front of you. Tap the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lifted circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. The other direction. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lift it 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you're done. And I know I'm a little over time, so if you do need to run back to work, I want you to stretch at some point during the day. But if you do have another minute or two to give me, I want you to go with your backs. I want your one knee over the ankle over one knee, and then pull that knee in. We're stretching through those glutes. We work so hard right now. So pull that knee in. You can do it against the wall as well. Or if you prefer doing it while you sit, anything goes. So we're gonna stretch for another 2 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me. If you need to run, it was a fun workout. Let me know if you liked it, or let Lisa know. It seems like it's going to be happening every first week of a month. I would love to hear your feedback. Let's switch the lines. So either through Lisa or you can email me. Always good to know how you guys feel after the workouts. So pushing the knee away, feeling the stretch on the floor, against the wall, whatever way you like it. Nice. Last few breaths, just push the knee. Almost there. I'm so sorry, taking you over. And then releasing that. Let's just stretch through our sides. So sitting cross-legged or standing up, whatever works better. Inhale and then exhale, hand on the floor. Push yourself into the mat and reach, stretching through the sides. And then inhale back center. Exhale, might feel soreness into your core or into your legs in a day or two. So keep stretching, and don't give up on Pilates. It's fun. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. You might want to stretch your quads at home by simply video pulling the leg or whichever other quad you know how to do. Thanks so much again for joining me. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next week for yoga. Have a great day.